Hi guys, Aka here. So, the word for today is useless. Premium generals in Evony are practically useless. Yeah, that's true. And if you don't know, these are the guys that I'm talking about. The new set of duty generals that Evony has been releasing. And I'll say it again, these guys are practically useless. Let me give you a bit of the backstory on this so that you really understand where I'm coming from. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I am very unlucky when it comes to getting generals in Evony. I just am. I don't know why it turned out like that, but that's the truth. And since Evony started this system of spinning to get these generals, I have gotten practically none of them. I didn't get Kaguya. I didn't get Ashoka. Practically none of them. The only two generals that I was lucky enough to get from this wheel event, I got Alessandra and I got Eleanor. Those two. That's it. Apart from that, every other general that they've released like this, whether it's Ashoka, whether it's Zhang Liang, or any of the other generals, Kleos, none of them I have gotten. But hey, life goes on, right? Nothing else you can do but to push forward and keep going with it. So that's basically what I did. I stuck with the duty generals that I had. I kept developing my game until I got to the point where I started doing the ascension on my duty generals. And as you can see here, all of my duty generals have at least 1 star on them. And that's basically where I am. And I'm happy with that, okay? More work to do, but I'm cool with these guys. Now, the last time this spin event came around, contrary to what you might believe, I actually got lucky and I won the chest. It's still right here in my inventory. And when I won it, I was like, wow, okay, I actually won something. That's cool. But then I was like, I'm not really going to use these guys. So I just kept the chest there and I kind of forgot about it until this new event came around. And that's when I realized that for the majority of players in this game, these guys are practically useless. Let's take this guy for example, Pericles. Okay, let's look at his stats. Increases hospital capacity by 25% and troops HP by 10%. Okay, that's fine. He's the hospital duty officer. Now, let's take a look at Skanderberg, who is the original duty officer for the hospital that guy is supposed to be replacing. And he gives 25% hospital capacity. That's it in the main skill. So, with Pericles, you get an additional 10% HP for your troops, which seems all fine and good. The problem though is that you can't ascend Pericles. I've not met anyone that has gotten enough copies of this guy to reasonably ascend him. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments if you've gotten multiple copies of these premium duty generals to ascend them. But for Skanderberg on the other hand, I've already ascended him to 1 star. I have enough fragments for the next one, and I can easily get fragments for him in the tavern. And as you can see, his buffs are pretty decent. Not as good as Pericles, but still. So there is absolutely no point for someone like me to replace Skanderberg with Pericles. And it's a similar situation for all the other duty generals. Let's take a look at this guy, Zhang Zia. Sorry if I butchered the name. He's the barracks duty officer. And he gives 10% to ground attack and 15% to ground troop defense and ground troop HP. Okay, that's cool. If we look at the old barracks duty officer, which is Abad al-Rahman, he gives 5% for attack, defense, and HP. Okay, so with the new guy, you get 5% more attack and 10% more defense and HP. And Rahman gives you 20% troop training speed, which the other guy doesn't have. And the situation with Zhang is the same situation with Pericles. You can't get enough copies of the dude to ascend him. So there's really not much you can do with him beyond that point. Meanwhile, if we look at my Aura man, I've already ascended him to 1 star, and I have enough fragments to take him further than that. And it's the same situation for all the other duty generals for the troop buildings. So again, practically useless. But these guys are even still better than one particular duty general in my opinion. Take Hammurabi, okay? His main skill increases research speed by 10% and increases range troop and siege machine defense by 20% when he's the academy officer. Okay, so this guy is supposed to be the academy duty officer and he's giving you 10% research speed. Now, if we look at the old academy duty officer, Yulji Mundiok, he gives you 20% research speed. So the premium guy gives you 10%, the old guy gives you 20%. What's the point of this new dude? Like, seriously, forget the buffs and all. If you're going to use this guy, you're literally going to give up 10% research speed when he's supposed to be the duty officer for the academy. I don't know about you guys, but for me, this one is even more pointless than the other ones. That's pretty much the story for the premium duty generals that we have. The only people that would even have a chance of ascending these new premium generals are the 2% of the Evony population that are the super coiners or the big whales or whatever you want to call them, okay? The guys that can pump money in the game like it's nothing. They spend money in the game like it's growing on trees. Maybe for them it literally does. I don't know. They are the only type of players that are going to be able to get multiple copies of these duty generals and ascend them. But for the remaining 98% of players, most of the time they're not going anywhere. The only time that these duty generals, if you do get them, would make any sense is before you start doing the ascension on your duty generals. But once you get to that point, like I've shown, they're going to be pretty useless. And as for this event, I actually did a bit of the math on this one. I figured that by the time you spend $1,000 on this event, you'll probably be able to get 3 to 4 copies of the general. Okay? 3 to 4 copies. That's barely enough for you to raise the general to 2 stars, ascension. $1,000, 2 stars for one general. I don't know why Evony designed it like this, but like I said, in my opinion, these guys are practically useless. Let me know what you think in the comments below. With that being said though, there are a handful of these premium generals that are actually worth getting. Specifically, there are 3 of them. There is Heraclius. He is the duty general for the embassy. So he's one of the premium duty generals that would actually be worth getting. The next one that we have, Justinian, okay? Justinian is the duty general for the military academy. So this guy would also be worth getting if you could get him. And then finally, there is the new duty general that Evony released. The scary lady, Trivia Hecate. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. But, I mean, seriously, look at this chick. I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of freaked out the first time I saw her in the game. And she's supposed to be the duty general for the Holy Palace. Can you imagine that? She, the duty general for the Holy Palace. Kind of makes it seem like an unholy palace, if you ask me. Probably turn your keep into the castle of the dead or something. And you can see her hand. She's making that angry hand, okay? The claw hand. Anyway, she's the 3rd duty general that would actually be worth getting. So we have the 3 of them. And the main reason why they will be worth getting is because they are duty generals for buildings that did not previously have duty generals for them. So if you can get your hands on any of these 3, they would actually be worth using. That being said though, they are not easy to get. Take Lil Miss Scary here, for example. She's only available if you do the full cake. That's the only way you can get her. And as for the other two, they were on offer a while ago. They are not available in any of the general tokens that we have. Not the premium, not the glory, none of the general tokens. So they are not easy to come by. If you're willing to do the full cake, at least right now in this event, you'd be able to get one of them. But for people like me that are not going to be doing the full cake, there's no chance. Let me know what you guys think about these new duty generals in the comments below. If there's anything you're not clear on about the basics of duty generals, or things like whether duty generals need skill books or gear, you can check out this video here, which will put you through on all the key things that you need to know about duty generals in the game. That's it for my rant, guys. Thank you very much. Aka signing out.